K6USY, Delta Mike 06. K6USY back on 220. USY 222-100, Delta Mike 06.
I heard you there, Aaron. I just had my Bluetooth just coming up. What'd you say?
I was just throwing out my call sign, Mike, just making sure everything's working.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're working here. I just got to get a fresh piece of paper to take the log sheet, and we'll be ready to go here. We had an interesting day today. I'll tell you about it when we get a few more people on frequency here.
Roger, Roger. Well, when you get that piece of paper, put down 47, 1079, and 1100, and we'll be ready to take some more check-ins. K6USY.
Okay, it has been accomplished here. 47's down, 1079 is down, 1100's down, and waiting for more.
Yeah, I have not heard a single person yet, but we are 2 minutes early.
Oh boy, I copy you, Paul. Not real strong, but I probably can look for a better spot here. K6 Whiskey India Sierra 637. Let me get the antenna. Give me a little longer call, Paul, and I'll get the antenna on you. I'm pointed toward the Santa Cruz area right now. Go ahead.
It's fairly low, about a 4x1 right now, 4x1. How do you copy me? Hopefully you can swing your antenna a little bit around and peak me up, maybe further north there, Mike. K6MYC, this is K6WIS, over.
Yeah, we got you loud and clear now. Booming signals tonight on this path. So very good, good signals, Paul. Good to hear you. Good evening to you. K6 Whiskey India Sugar with K6USY and his wife on the frequency, K6MYC. How was your weekend?
Oh, that definitely worked, Mike. You're up to an S5, 5x5 now. Yeah, I've just had a QSO with the Clear Lake boys, the Kent, KA6OSX, and Dave N1PPP, so you can put them in your log there. And I was clearing up the yard. There was cooler weather, so I could do some yard work, and I was cutting up fallen down trees into wood fire, stove wood fittable log size for splitting, and hauling them up the slopes here to the top of the hill. So that was a good workout, over.
Yeah, it probably was. I did a little bit of that cleanup today. Frank was here yesterday. Up on my roof on the front of the house, we had an oak tree. The oaks are loaded with acorns this year, and the branches are heavy. And these branches were laying down on the roof, which is a bad situation. In fact, one of them had been there long enough to wear a little hole in the shingles. So I've got to get a little bit of a roof repair up there. But basically, they cut some major limbs off, and then on the ground dragged them down and made quite a mess in the front yard. But they started to clean it yesterday. But I finished it up today and cut up quite a bit of the wood. That's oak. It looks like it's dry, but it's still fresh. It's got life in it. So there's little pieces, but it's fairly small stuff. It'll dry in the next month or so. So that's what we did today, along with greetings this morning. I walked out of the shack here to get going at about noon. I think it was just about 4 noon or just after noon. We had to make some calls this morning and got that all done. And I started to walk out the back door of the shack here, and on the doorstep, on the cement, 2 steps up on the cement steps, was a 4-foot-long rattler all coiled up. Now, he wasn't expecting me to come out the door because he didn't know there was a door there. So he kind of was looking out, and when I opened the door slightly, I had it open enough that he could have bit me if he'd been rattling and going at it right away. But he took about 2 seconds for him to realize that I had opened the door behind him. He turned around and started to rattle. By this time, I already had the door closed, so there was a window between me and him. But that was a funny thing. He stayed on the doorstep for better part of half an hour while I got Matt out and we got some shovels, and we finally cornered him and were able to dispatch him. Unfortunately, I don't like to kill rattlers on the property because they're good to keep gophers down and stuff. But when they're on your doorstep, you just can't leave them that way. They'll come back. And since we have people here, this would have been dangerous had I stepped out and not seen him. But it was because he would have struck. If I'd moved my foot and I was about to step on him, he would have hit me for sure. Anyway, that's how close it was, and we got a picture. I think I'll have Judy put it on the web somewhere where you guys can see it if you want. As a big, when we finally killed him and unraveled him, he was about 2.5 inches in diameter in the middle, and about 4 feet long, something like that. So quite an aged rattler. Why he was on my doorstep, 6 inches from my door, is beyond me. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, you might have some of that too, so keep your eyes out. If you hear water running when spraying around water, that's probably a snake if you don't have a hose going. Over.
Yeah, Mike, that's a nasty surprise you must have had there. K6NYC, this is K6WIS returning. Wow, lucky the snake was turned the other way. And maybe it was getting some warmth from the concrete. Maybe it was in the sunshine or something like that and needed to warm up, perhaps. But yeah, those things are pretty dangerous. But at least they kind of warn you with their rattle. I've never actually been close to a rattlesnake, so I've never actually experienced it. But I'm always on the lookout for something like that. Back in Africa, we have a close adder-type snake, very similar looking, but it doesn't have a rattle. It's pretty quiet. It's called a puff adder, and it's got the same type of poison as a rattler, and it's just as dangerous. But it doesn't rattle, so it doesn't warn you, over.
Yeah, I know about the adder. I've been to South Africa twice, so we know about the adders. I never saw one over there, but I know what they look like. Now, rattlers are good in the sense that they do rattle. They give you some warning, and they really can't strike very well if they're not coiled. The baby one that hit me 4 or 5 years ago in the finger, he wasn't coiled, but I put my fingers right on his face, so he didn't have to be coiled to hit me. He didn't have me rattled either. He was only about a foot long. But this one was a big one, but he had. I haven't gone out to see his rattles. I think he's probably 10 or 12 rattles. He's probably 10 or 12 years old. But he did give me plenty of warning, and it was, I wasn't shocked by any means. I've stumbled on rattlers several times in the course of being in California, and we've seen them here on the property quite a bit. But when they're real close to the house, I usually dispatch them. I did have my gun with snake shot in it, but we didn't want to shoot toward the house with the snake shot, so Matt got him with a shovel. But it took quite a while to get him on. He hit himself between we have a double screen door. One of them doesn't open unless you undo both latches, top and bottom, and then the thing will swing out. Well, he got in there because he was trying to get away from Matt banging the shovel on him. And so he got in between the door and the inner door of the house. So he was in between the screen door, but we finally got him out of there. Matt got the second latch on the door unwrapped, and we opened up the second screen door. Then he had no place to go, and we finally got him. But I just can't have him around the house. We've got kids that come here and other things, and kids are it's one thing to be a grown-up and be semi-aware of that there may be snakes around, and you the biggest warning sign is usually the cats. Bootsy, my small cat, was out this morning, and she had this rattler pegged. She was laying about 6 feet in front of him after we found him, and Judy came out and looked and took some pictures. And the cat climbed right up and sat within about 5 or 6 feet of the snake and just watched it. But they can see him, they can hear him in the grass before you will, or in the bushes. I've been out weeding and stuff like that in past years, and all of a sudden you hear a sprinkler come on or a water hose break loose, and it's really not water, it's a rattler. Over.
Oh, thanks for that tip. Yeah, so that's a new thing to listen out for, so I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, Mike. Over.
Yeah, well, that's most important, because they usually they make noise before you see them. They're rattling at you if they see you, and they don't rattle until they're coiled. So when they're rattling, they're ready to strike. That's their most dangerous position. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Let me take a listen and see who else is in here. This is K6MYC, beaming toward the Bay Area at the moment, but listening for anybody to check into the 222 Bozo Net. Over.
Yes, okay.
K6USY.
This is Fred, K6SOK. Over.
Yeah, got you, Fred, 507. And hang on just a second, Fred. Aaron, go ahead with your comment.
Yeah, I was just going to let you know that you have ZS6CQ from South Africa in the chat if you wanted to say hi to him. K6USY.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, you just said hi to him. He's hearing you, of course. Good evening, good morning. Actually, it's really early morning for Corey. He's in North Africa, or he's in South Africa, but up near Pretoria, Johannesburg area. He's in ZS6 land, ZS6 Charlie Queen. I think that's what he's signing this morning. He used to live in ZS1, so sometimes he goes back and becomes a ZS1 when he's visiting the old QTH there. Anyway, I did work him on Saturday night. We had a great round table, but the static was so bad I couldn't hear Corey or any of the South Africans very well. We were battling S9 to S9 plus 20 static crashes. But he did manage to contact to Pete, W6KW in Georgia, and Dave and K9 X-Ray Delta in the Illinois area. And then we worked one or two other ZSs. I did work ZS1 Papa Zulu and ZS4 Papa Juliet, but brief contacts only because of the terrible static. But it was great to hear Corey in there. Corey stayed with us for good God, must have been well over an hour. And he was finally got a chance to work Pete, W6KW/4 in Georgia. Pete's antenna was pointed up toward Europe, but I'm sure they exchanged pretty good reports, and Pete was hearing him fine. Pete, looking away from the static, of course, didn't have the static crash to deal with that I had. Anyway, Corey, great to hear you. Have a great day, and I'll be doing a double net tonight, so it's unlikely I'll be on 40, but I will check the band briefly to see if the static level is low, and if it does, I might get on for a few minutes around 7140 and make some noise. So there you go. Fred, good evening. You probably heard the story. I'll come back and see if I can peek on you a little bit. You're not quite up to par, but that's probably because I'm pointed for a spot that was good for K6 Whiskey India Sierra on the backscatter path from Placerville. KD6 Sugar Oscar Kilo Cupertino, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Okay, Mike, I'll transmit so you can speak on me here. I was going to ask you, did you get bitten by a rattlesnake today? Is that what happened? Well, I just caught the tail end of the conversation between you and Paul about rattlesnakes. Did you get bitten today by a rattlesnake, or you just passed through with the shovel?
Well, I didn't get bit, but I could have. When I walked out the back door of the shack, about 8 feet behind me, just exactly where I'm sitting, and 8 feet behind me, there's a door to the patio, the back patio, where the pool is. And I turned around. I had actually come from the kitchen through here and was walking out to go to the barn and I started to open the door. I got the door open, and I looked down, and here's this mass of snake, all coiled up. He was about the size of a derby hat, all piled up, quite big, quite aged snake, so very mature, sitting on my doorstep, 2 steps of cement up from the patio. He was 2 steps up and right next to the door. And I don't think he knew there was a door there. He might have been feeling some cold air or cool air coming out. I don't think so, because we didn't even have the cooler on yet. It's been quite cool over here. So I don't know why he was up there. But I saw him, and I saw him before he saw me. And then about 2 seconds after he saw me, started to rattle. He was poised to strike. But by this time, I had the door closed again. I didn't close it completely, because I was hearing the rattle. I was listening to the rattle, but he couldn't strike through because I was behind the glass of the door. So I could see him perfectly. It's a glass door except for a wood frame. So I could see him sitting out there, and closed the door very quietly and raced around and got a hold of Matt, who was on a business call, and we terminated that pretty quickly. I went and got my snake shotgun, and we started to round up some flat shovels. And that was the incident. But it took us about 20 minutes to get him away from the door, where we could hit him enough with the shovel to knock him out and damage him. And then we carried him out and chopped his head off once we got him on the dirt. We couldn't chop him in half or break off his head on the cement. The shovel just wouldn't cut his head off. I don't like to kill them, but we have to when they're that close to the house, Fred. KD6SOK, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, that's what my mom used to do in Morgan Hill. They had a Morgan Hill property years ago before my parents passed away, and that's one of the things they had, rattlesnakes in the backyard. They would come close to the house, and the way my mom would get them, and she would get the shovel, and she would cut their heads off, right? They'd be in the dirt, and she'd just go whack and cut their head right off. And they had some big rattlesnakes back there in Morgan Hill. Amazing, huge things, and I think get 6 feet long, and they're nasty. I mean, if they're coiled up, they can strike you, they can get you. Good that you got them. Yeah, just cut their heads off. I don't like snakes at all, but there's a lot of them out here in California. Warm for them.
Well, I've run across a lot of them on the property. I've got 40 acres here. I've seen all kinds of them down in various places. But if they're not in the backyard, in the landscaped area, once they get up in the landscaped area, they find that's nice territory for them, because there's dampness, there's shade, and there's wet dirt where we water and stuff. So they tend to come up. Maybe one every 5 years. It's not like they're here every year. There was one here last summer. I think Judy found it, but she didn't see it. Well, she did finally see it, but the cats found it first, and then she went out with a rake and chased it off. And it was just on the perimeter of the yard here. So she chased it off. And that's what we would normally do for them, because they're in the wild, they're fine, and they do keep the rodent population down. We've got lots of rabbits and lots of gophers and other things that they can eat that can get overburdening if you have too many of them, ground squirrels and stuff like that. So they're good to have, but not in the yard where they can do what they did to me, or could do to me, or could do to a child or somebody. If Judy had walked out that door earlier, she walked out a different door to get to the patio, and she was standing within 10 feet of where this rattler was, but she didn't see him when she was out there, and she went back in the kitchen door. Anyway, quite a story. Yes, I know Morgan Hill. I don't think I ever had any there in San Martin, but that isn't to say that they wouldn't be. They'd be more in Morgan Hill, where they had some hilly territory to work with. You're drifting down off frequency a little bit, Fred. You might just tweak it and raise my pitch to the proper tone, and you'll be back on the right frequency. KD6SOK, and then we'll look for others. K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, is this any better? I moved up the frequency. Does this sound better?
Yeah, perfect now, Fred. Easier copy, too. Go ahead.
Okay, great, yeah. Yeah, those rattlesnakes from Morgan Hill, there were some big ones, and they, if you have a child around, oh, that's not a good thing. I mean, that is not a good thing. It can take 15 minutes to get to a hospital. You don't want a small child to get bit by one of those things. It could kill them.
Well, yeah, absolutely, if you don't get them taken care of quickly. Actually, it's more dangerous to get bit by a little one, like I got bit when I was in the swimming pool 4 or 5 years ago. Because the little baby snakes just dump their whole load on you. The big ones only usually bite you enough and put enough venom in to paralyze you, or paralyze the animal that you're trying to kill and eat. So you don't usually get the full load from a full-grown rattler, over.
No, I got you. Yeah, I've heard that. The small ones are the most dangerous. They really are.
Anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it, but it was an interesting start for our day here. Matt had just gotten home. He had been up in Oregon, and he just got home. He arrived, he got on the plane at about 4 or 5 in the morning from Oregon, and dashed by the plant and checked into the plant and then drove home because he had come down with a cold, and he worked for a customer crisis all weekend up in Oregon to take care of some stuff. So he was coming home anyway. Luckily, he was here, as he's got better eyes than I do for getting the actual spot on the snake to hit. I would have got him, but it would have been more difficult for me, and I didn't want Judy involved in it. So anyway, that's the story. Back to you for a final, Fred, and then we'll see who else is in here. KD6SOK, K6MYC.
226 is here.
All right, 7-3. I'll listen clear. 86, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You want to say hello to Fred, Ken? 226 KD WA6OIB. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Hi, Fred. KD6SOK and the gang, WA6OIB. Good to hear you. I've been listening for a while and got your story, Mike, so you don't have to go through all that with me again. Anyway, how's everything up there, Fred?
Oh, good evening, Ken. It's going great. Finally we had some cool weather coming in, and it's starting to cool off right now, and we might get a little sprinkles tomorrow. So that's looking forward to that. We need some rain. It's too dry out here. You got a super strong signal tonight, Ken. Awesome. So good to hear from you.
Well, thank you. Yeah. We've cooled off here too considerably. It's not too bad out there. I've been working out in the pasture and whatnot, so we're glad it's cooling off a bit. We got a couple of parties coming up here out at our place, so we got a lot of people coming, so I'm cleaning things up, getting ready for that. So anyway, very, very good to hear you, Fred. Take care, and thank you, Mike. Back to net, WA6OIB. 7-3, kid. 86, okay.
Okay, Fred. Good enough, and we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow night on 1296, hopefully, Fred. Let's see, WB6JNN or anybody else in the Bay Area, WA6AXX, W6PQL, whoever's copying, come on in. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net 222.
I'm KN6SRR and KN6UKN.
I got you, Rob. Who was the other one?
W6UO.
Coming to B6JNN.
Oh, boy, okay. JNN 285, got you, Jim, very strong. Very nice signal. W6PQL 1296, very distorted with the path, but I'll move the antenna when we get done with Jim JNN here. And I also hear Rob in here, 432, and his wife 1200. Got you, Rob. And if you're copying any of these folks, let me know, and I'll let you make contact. Maybe you'll hear Jim tonight. Band seems to be in pretty good shape. So, WB6JNN, were you reading the mail here at all, Jim? Over?
Yeah, I heard your story. Well, I've got a refrigerator that's melting in the freezer department, so I've been dealing with that, but I took out some time to get on the radio. WB6JNN.
Are you just going through a normal defrost, or did the refrigerator fail?
Well, it's about 33 degrees in there. I admit it was overloaded. My wife likes to buy stuff whether we need it or not. But anyway, I'm not quite sure what's going on. It's not showing like it's at a low temperature in the freezer compartment. The other compartment seems to be okay.
Well, that's weird, although it can happen. I have a refrigerator like that, and it's the refrigeration unit is above the refrigerator itself. The compressor and all that stuff is up above, but there's a tube or something in there that sends the coldest temperature right down to the freezer, and then another tube that comes from the freezer up to the main unit where the regular food is stored at 35 to 37 degrees. And if that's clogged, I had to have one of those replaced, or they put a secondary tube in one of my refrigerators. But that's exactly what happened. It's probably not the failure of the compressor. It's a failure of the tube that transfers the cold from the freezer up into the normal part of the refrigerator. Jim, over.
Yeah, well, I'll try to get somebody in here tomorrow or the next day or whenever they're willing to come. You know how that goes. And see if they can figure it out. It's an older refrigerator, but it's a very reliable one, so should be fixable. WB6J, and hi, Ken, you're doing fine.
Yeah, okay. I'll get it to Ken in a second. Well, if you're getting cold in one compartment, and not the other, it's the compressor's okay. It's just an intermediate connection, and it's kind of a funny. I've forgotten the actual mechanism that they use to do that, but it's kind of freaky. But and the one that was put in this refrigerator in the at the time the refrigerator was manufactured wasn't very good. And when the guy came out, he replaced it with a better unit that was more reliable. I never had a problem since. So there you go. Good luck with that. Ken, say hello to Jim. He's hearing you very well over there. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, WB6JNN and the gang, WA6OIB. Yeah, you got a good signal here tonight, too. Very good to hear you. And sorry about your troubles. We've had those kind of problems, too. And I did have the one up at Meadow Lakes at our transmitter site, I had to do the same thing, Mike. We had to replace a tube in that thing to get the freezer to work. The refrigerator worked and the freezer didn't. And anyway, we had to do the same thing. And by the way, Tom checked in too. KW6S, he was in there too. You'll catch him soon. Anyway, good to hear you. And back to you, Mike, WA6OIB.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, let me get it to Tom very quickly, and then we'll go. We've got Jim, W6PQL, and WA6AXX, I think, was in here as well. Hang on, guys. KW6S, K6MYC, Tom.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'm doing fine over here. It's beautiful weather. Getting the station prepped for the coming weekend. And I'll catch you on 6 if you get to me before 9:15.
Did you get my email, Tom?
Yes, I did, and I'll take it.
10-4.
Okay, very good. Just for your information, I don't know how you are with extra bird slugs, Ken, but I've got Mark, AI7D, that used to live across the street from me in Friant, now was up in Montana. He needs a 1 kW slug for HF. I've got one here, but if you have one, that would be good as well. And we could shoot whichever one we could get him up. He'll pay for it, but just doesn't want to pay the full load. They're a terrible price these days. But if we could get a few bucks out of him, he was happy to do that. So there you go. Otherwise, I'll send him the one that Frank donated here. And let's see. The other one was, well, I guess that was it. KR6MR, John up there in Meadow Vista has a problem on 1296, but he says he has resolved his power measurement scheme as of last night, so I think he's okay. He has a bird also, but I did not have a 100-watt slug, and he's got a 50-watt amp that's acting up, so he needs a 100-watt slug. I have a 25, but nothing above that. Okay, let's see. Oh, let's do it this way. WA6AXX, pick it up, Ed, and see if you heard my rattlesnake story today. Over. Maybe it wasn't Ed. Maybe it was somebody else. Anyway, Jim, W6PQL, go ahead, pick it up. K6MYC.
I think he's up 10 now, looking for the Southland.
Oh yeah, he may be. Okay, well I got him checked in here anyway. Okay, well somebody keyed the mic. Did somebody say something? Go ahead.
I thought I heard somebody in there too, but they never came back.
Anybody else want to talk to anybody or check in here? K6MYC. Okay, no worries. Is there anybody else in the Bay Area that would like to check in? We're missing 2 or 3, and I could swear I heard WA6AXX, but must be dreaming. Over. Yeah, I heard JNN, and maybe it was Aaron. At the same time, I heard 3 stations check in, but I guess it was Aaron trying to tell me that we have South African friend of ours is listening here on the stream. ZS6 Charlie Queen, Corey, and he's joined us before. That's quite a thrill when you think about it. If you think about that, guys, we're being monitored on our VHF weak signal frequencies here in Africa. Amazing, huh? Okay, is there anybody else in the Bay Area before I go up and get Oakley, K6MYC?
Question for Tom.
Yeah, Tommy is still here? Sometimes he goes away in between. I'm sorry we didn't catch you in there. You exchanged niceties about the email very quickly, and then he went away. Over.
Yeah, Tom, are you still there? No, guess not. Maybe we'll catch him on. Well, I don't hear him on 6 that well. All right, I just had a quick question for him that just came up after. It was an afterthought, so no problem. Take care.
Yeah, well, I would, when we go over to 6, why don't you just concentrate and give him a few calls? I'll be pointed toward the north, but you won't bother me if you just intermittently give a burst out to Tom, and if I hear you, if he comes back to you, I'll let you run. Over.
No, don't worry about it. I'll just email him.
All righty. So one last call, 222, or anybody in the Bay Area before I go to Oakley, K6MYC. Rob, you haven't had much of a chance while I'm rotating here to Oakley. Let's see if you have anything this morning. Did you have Amanda over there today?
No, I forgot to call her. I thought she'd be busy with you, so I said, well, I'll call her tomorrow.
Okay, well, I thought you had her because she didn't show up here either. That's just unusual when she says she's going to be here, and it wasn't a crisis, but we did have quite a bit of leftover limbs and branches and leaves and stuff all over the lawns. And about noon or just after the rattlesnake incident, I went out and cleaned all that up. So you heard about the rattler here, right?
Yeah, just little bits and pieces. I was trying to monitor this channel while I was on the Aries net.
Yeah, well, I could give you more detail at the end of the net if you want. It was kind of fun, and I'll have Judy send you a picture. He was right on the back step of the shack here, on the second step up, within 3 inches. He was laying within 3 inches of the door. Over.
Yeah, that's what I heard you say. I'm surprised the door didn't bump him.
Well, I bumped. The door swings in. When I open it, the screen door swings out, but I had the door out. The screen door was out and locked out, and he was just up on the cement step there. And I opened the door toward myself, and of course that protected me. And he didn't realize that there was an opening there at first. He heard the noise and probably saw me out of the corner of his eye, and then he started to rattle, but it took him about 2 seconds to start to rattle. He was in a coiled position, but he hadn't been rattling. He was just laying on the porch, all coiled up. Really strange. I can't imagine what the hell he thought was doing there. Aaron thought he might be in the shade, but he wasn't. He wasn't in the shade. He was in the shade, actually, not in the sun. He may have been on the step because the cement was hot, and maybe he wanted to get up off of the hot cement, and he got up on the step where it never, at this time of the year, it doesn't get sunny. So the step leading to the shack was cold, or cool anyway. That may have been why he was there. He shouldn't have been on the cement anyway. Who knows? Way too close to the house and way away from foliages, but he might have been coming up to the house because Judy puts out water for the cats, and he may have just been thirsty and may have just come up to get some water, which was a few feet away from where he was. All right. Last call, Bay Area, K6MYC 222. Anybody? Okay, Ken, are you there? N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Somebody broke in. Who was that?
That was Ken.
Yeah, we're getting one or two words from you, Ken.
I'll think of it and give it to you on 6.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me give you one piece of... I can do it on 6. Remind me to tell you about Pete, W6KW. He's suffered a stroke a year ago, but he's totally recovered. But he did suffer a stroke a year ago, and I forgot to tell you that yesterday. Can you give me a Roger?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, but glad that he's recovered. That's why I haven't heard him like this for the year. Anyway, we'll look for him one of these days.
Okay, we'll see you on 6. I got you logged in here, 8:35. Sorry about your whatever it is. It's not right and probably left over from the contest weekend there. Getting every other third word or something here. Ken, are you doing any better than I am?
No, he's cutting out.
That's what it sounded like, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe bad connection.
Yeah, the audio is very pinched, very, very tight and pinched. So that you've got it set up for contesting or something, over.
That's a new one over.
Don't worry about it now. You'll find it. I can test with you later if you want, but for now I'll just move on, and we'll catch you on 6, and then we can test back on 222 easily after the net if you want to do that.
I'll have it straightened out by next.
All right.
Gotcha. Fix up the problem.
Right. Yeah, it's just going intermittent like a broken connection, but the audio is very pinched as well. Do you agree with me on that, Ken?
Yep, real pinched.
Okay, there you go. All right, Ken. I mean, yeah. Ken, thanks very much for checking in here. Okay, N6RO up there in Oakley, K6MYC. Anybody else while I'm pointed this direction? Okay, I'm going to moving in toward... this should be up near KO6 KD, KO6 KD, K6MYC. Okay, anybody else up there? Who's copying me on 222? I'm beaming up Sacramento way, K6MYC. Was that John, Rob? Yeah. Can anybody copy that station? Listen, whoever that is, give us a long call. I'm having trouble copying. You've got multipath, and motorboating on the audio. Not your fault. It's just the band, but I can find I have to have a lot of audio from you before I can find you and then start to read your signal. Try it again. K6MYC Bozo Net.
6KD, Bozo 776.
I hear you, Bill, but there's somebody underneath you. Can you hear who that is?
No, I don't hear anybody but you.
Okay. I don't know where that's coming from, but I thought I had you pretty well pegged here. Okay, KO6KD, and we have WA60YB and others in here tonight, but Ken's in here, and I'm sure he's copying you. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, good evening, Bill. Good signal. Good to hear you. Been a while. We've since taken a trip, and I got another bout of COVID and all that good stuff. So anyway, everything's hunky-dory now. We're running downhill. WA60IB.
Yeah, good evening, Ken. Yeah, I heard about you getting COVID while you're on your trip. You're worried about Gwen getting her all healed up before the trip, and then, oh, God, now there's my phone going off. Anyway, I hope you guys had a nice trip, and I'm sorry you... Oh, this stupid phone, shut up! I'm sorry. I'm just having a little temper tantrum here. But at any rate, yeah, I'm glad you guys made it back, and I hope you had a nice time. Anyway, good signals tonight. I'll let you go. I got to hop over to another 220 net to check in. So, 7-3, nice to hear you. Take care. God bless, and give Gwen all my best.
I sure will, Bill. Thank you very much. WA60IB.
Okay, Bill, very good. Good copy here. A little fluttery and a little bit of QSB, but still very good copy. And we'll look for you, of course, tomorrow morning. Bob won't be there, but we'll suffer through without him. And we probably, between you and John over there, you guys got your own little thing going with all the racing stuff that you guys have done together. Done together at the same time in history, if you will. Anyway, sounds good. We'll see you then. And we'll see you later on 6 meters here as well, Ken. I mean, Bill. Now, let's see here. I heard another voice in there. I just can't get the audio. I just can't hear who it is. Are you hearing that other signal, Ken?
Yes, I am, but I'm having trouble, too.
Okay, we're both having the same trouble, so it's just not my old tired ears. Just while we're waiting for that, maybe the band to recover a little bit for that signal, you got COVID after you got back from your trip. Is that what happened?
That's correct, yeah. 2 days after I tested positive. So I got it on the trip, incubation and all that stuff. So somebody on the boat gave it to me. But the good part is none of the trip was affected by it. So like 2 years ago, we had a terrible time with the trip. We lost everything. So anyway, this trip, I had a fantastic trip, wonderful. Then I got back, but I didn't have any symptoms. I just had a little tickle in my throat and tested positive, and then that tickle went away, and I waited a few days to test negative, and after testing negative for 2 48-hour stretches, I went ahead and repopulated. So it didn't affect me at all.
Oh, very good. Well, your immune system's working. Did you have any of the ivermectin that I gave you for Gwen left over?
Yes, I sure did. That's what I used.
Oh, so that might have helped a little bit to mitigate the symptoms and all that stuff. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I still have more, and we probably should. Lee also has some. I think he keeps some at the shop at the ready, so we can also get it there. All right, good. I just had heard that, and I didn't realize that right after you got back, you came down with that, or had it on the boat, like you say, but didn't really identify it for sure. That's that damn Paxlovid, that slow COVID. You're certainly in the trail, aren't you?
Yes, it's a perfect double.
Okay. I would say just tail end again, Ken. I would say probably that's that Paxlovid that you took when you were on the first trip. You keep getting the COVID over and over again, or you're susceptible to it. Let's say that, and that's bad stuff. Over.
Yeah, I heard all of that. I never doubled with you. I heard everything. So I don't know who that was that said I was a double, but I wasn't doubling with you.
Cam 6SR. Yeah, in the beginning you guys had a long double.
Well, Okay, whatever. We still can try again. Everybody listen hard. We have a station that's trying to check in. We'd like to get the call sign or the Bozo number. Call sign or Bozo number, say both with phonetics on the call and slowly repeating the Bozo number over and over again. We'll probably get it out. We'll get it. It's just weak and distorted. QRZ, Kilowatt 6, Mike Yankee Charlie, taking the check-ins for 222. Go ahead. Well, now I don't hear anything.
Nothing here either.
Must have given up. I wish people wouldn't give up when we identify a, quote, problem. We want to have you in here, and we want to help you solve the problem. And you don't want to be embarrassed about it. We just have to get you out where we can talk to you, and then we can see if we can offer some suggestions. So don't be ashamed or don't be afraid to come in again. Don't go away and not get the problem resolved at least a little bit. Try one more time. K6MYC in the group listening for the Bozo check-in. Go ahead. He's not going to do it, or maybe he decided he's going to take it off the air till he fixes it. I don't think that was possibility that it was Darren, KJ6KFB, but it didn't sound like his voice nor his cadence, and it might have been him with a very distorted, repaired or sort of repaired Ukrainian transverter like you have, Ken. I did give your phone number to another guy that had one of those. I don't know if you got a call from him or not, but he had one that had very low power or no output. And I said, you might have devices and might be able to help him out with that. Did you get a call from somebody up in the Bozo Net about that?
No, I haven't yet. But, yeah, people need to realize this is a weak signal net, and we strive on to get weak signals pulled in and built up. So that's what it's all about. If they're not interested in weak signals, they better just go back on FM.
Yeah, that's for sure. We like strong signals on the weak signal net, but we still have. Sometimes you have to start somewhere, and sometimes you're operating with equipment you haven't had on before, and it may be set up wrong or not linear for whatever reason, and so on. So those are the things that we can help you with if you give us a chance. All right, Bill, you're listening in the background. I have not moved the antenna, so you've heard all this. Any comments before we move toward the guys in Nevada? Bill's fighting phone calls here. Okay, we're hearing you, but just try saying one thing. Just say your call sign, your call sign, your call sign. Over. I wonder if he's hearing me, Ken. Well, he came in again, and I almost had some audio out of him that was usable. I started to get him, and then he quit talking. He doesn't stay long enough for me to start to piece it together. Station, try again, would you please? We got some good ears listening here for you. We'd like to help you. We'd like to get you in here. Keep trying. Give us a call sign. Give us a call sign slowly, one way or the other. If we even get a piece of the call, we'll figure out who it is. K6MYC, standing by. Over. Roger, K9TAZ 1062. Confirm that number, would you, Rob? K9 Tango Alpha Zulu. Good deal. Thank you for continuing to try there. You were Q5 on that one. Very, very light, but Q5. But we got you now, and I know who it is. Can't remember the handle, but we know who it is, and I think I copied 1062. Give me Rogers that I have everything all okay. This is Mike, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, back to K9 Tango Alpha Zulu, over.
QSL, I hear you coming back to me, Mike. I heard you say I was Q5. I'm just not hearing that good. I'm not hearing that good, but I didn't copy that.
KM6SR.
I'll let the band roll. I just got this antenna put up today, so you're my very first victim off of it, so I'm glad that it's working out. 7-3, so talk to you later, hopefully next week. Kilo 9, Tango Alpha Zulu, 1063, clear, over.
He came way up here.
Go ahead, Ken, talk to him.
Yeah, K9 Tango Alpha Zulu, WA6 Oscar, India Bravo, WA60IB, handle 10, Kilowatt Echo November. Just south of Mike there, but you came way up and we're copying you now. Thanks for keeping up with it. Appreciate that. Over.
About 20 foot off the ground, and then about 150 watts, 150, and that's what's helping me out. So I am horizontal, and I'm just using front beam Yeti at the moment. Really upgrading soon. I do have a hopefully sometime this month I'll be going up, but for now this is temporary.
Get all that, Ken?
Yep.
Go ahead, Ken. He's in and out here. Sometimes he comes up real strong and then he just fades out. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, very good. I think I got 1061, but I think you got 1064. But anyway, can you give us your Bozo number about 4 or 5 times so we can confirm it? Over.
Is what I have.
Oh, I got 1063. 1063. Is it 1063? 123? 123 is the last number?
Free that time too. How about you, Rob? Is that it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's Jack from Elk Grove. He's 1063.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I got it better the next time too. You could make a 2 out of a 3 though. That's the way his audio is a little mushy, but it's probably more path than anything else. Jack, thanks so much for your patience. Good to have you in here. I heard you say you're running 150 watts, which should be plenty, but I missed what the antenna was. Did you catch the antenna, Ken?
No, I did not.
Okay, let's see if we can get the antenna. I think it's very low to the ground. You said it's not very high. It's up such and such, but I didn't get that. What is the antenna, Jack? Over, over. K9 Tango Alpha Zulu, K9 TAZ. What is your antenna again, Jack? What's the antenna and how high? Over. Oh, he's not responding. You want to try him, Ken?
Yeah, K9 TAZ. Jack, what kind of antenna do you have? What's your antenna and how high is it? Over.
Nothing. I guess he gave up, but that's okay. It was good to have him in here.
He was in there, but he was real weak again. He was still talking.
Oh, it went away again. Yeah, I noticed that there seemed to be 2 levels. Something intermittent, maybe a little bit. Maybe the 150 watt amp is dropping out or something, Jack, because at times you're very Q5 and then you just drop instantly to a lower level. At least that's what my ears are hearing. Anyway, thanks again, Jack. Keep working on it, and we'll be happy to keep an ear out for you. We'll see you on 222 and other bands if you have them. K9TAZ, K6MYC, 73 Jack. Okay. Anybody else before I go to Nevada? K6MYC. And we got to get over to 6 meters here quickly. Let me go to Nevada and pick up. How about it there, Daniel? KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Here is 272, KE7UQL, over.
Yeah, good signal. A little motorboaty, but we got you. KE7UQL, K6MYC, and I suspect you have not heard Larry. We'll take a standby to see if Larry's there, but it's not likely. KE7, we just got done with a long run with the K9 Tango Alpha Zulu. That's why I keep saying K9. KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Yes, Roger. Heard your snake story. I've seen some of those around here myself, over.
Yeah, I'll bet you have. Well, I'm glad you heard that. Yeah, it was quite a bit of fun. We'll try to get a picture out somewhere where you guys could see it, because Judy got a very nice close-up picture of this big boy.
Hi, Daniel.
Roger. Hello there, WA6OIB.
Yeah, he went up to an S8 there. Good to hear you, Daniel. WA6OIB.
Yes, Ken, very fine signal tonight.
No Larry, though, huh?
N7WT, are you here? Over. Sounds like no Larry.
Yeah, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. We'll be looking for him. Of course, we won't have Richard on 6, so we need Larry. Otherwise, we will have nobody on 6 meters up that way, because Richard's got his astronomy meeting tonight, so it's going to be Larry or nobody. 73's Daniel, and thanks much. We'll see you tomorrow night, of course, on 1296. KE7UQL, K6MYC, and then you can shoot it one more time for Larry, over.
Roger, okay, we'll see you tomorrow on 12906. N7WT, KD7UQL, over.
K6K, anybody get hold of Mike and give him a relay?
Okay, no response. K6MYC, KD7UQL, 73.
73, and I hear K7, K06KD. You want to go back and get Bill quickly, Ken?
Yeah, okay. We already talked to him.
I know, but he was talking underneath Daniel there. K06KD, are you there, Bill? K6MYC?
Yeah, Mike. I just found out who the mystery guy was you were trying to hear from. I found out who the mystery check-in guy was, over.
It's K9TAZ, Jack 1163. We got him finally, over.
Oh, how in the world did you figure that?
1063.
I'm on 2 meters. Okay, yeah, that was the guy. I just wanted to make sure that you had him checked in, over.
Yeah, we got him. We had, he was in and out. He's got an intermittent, I think, because he was going up and down radically for me. Ken was doing okay, but I don't know whether he was catching this quick drop. Maybe it was just conditions. Anyway, thanks for the help, Bill, but we did manage to keep him trying until he came through. K06KD 73, K6MYC. See you in just a couple minutes on 6.
Yep, Roger. I'm trying to round up Darren and John right now to get over there. All right, thanks. 73, QSY, K06KD.
73.
And I'm heading for 6 because I only got a couple minutes left. W6OIB. Adios, guys.
We got you checked in already, Ken, on 6. So there you go. Go get him on 6 while I make the transition here.
KM6SR. Mike, did you get Ed over there, WA6AXX?
I pulled the Bluetooth connector out, and I heard somebody finish up there. Who was talking on here? On 222 again. Try it again.
KM6SRR.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
You got Ed over there in the Bay Area, WA6AXX.
Oh, did he check in finally?
No, I heard you say you heard him, and then I thought somebody said no, he wasn't there, but I couldn't hear the other person.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was there. It must have been me. I might have been just hoping that he would be there. I said his call, and that sometimes screws me up when I got 3 or 4 check-ins at the same time. Over.
Okay, I have a count of 17.
Yeah, it could be. That's about right.
Alrighty, we'll catch you guys over on 6 meters, K6USY.
7-3, Aaron. Did Corey ever respond on the chat room?
Yeah, he just said thanks. I don't know if he stuck around.
Who was that? Somebody else?
W6PQL.
There you are. Yeah, did you get 52?
Nope, there is no 52 tonight.
Okay, well then we got 17 check-ins, and Rob PQL says no 52, so we're good with just 1296. Thank you, Jim, and we're going over to 6. It'll be quickly to you tonight because there's almost nobody up in Nevada, so we'll be starting in Sacramento area and then heading right for the Bay Area. Over. You copy that, W6PQL? Where'd he go?
Okay, Mike, well, yeah, I'm here, but you're pointed the wrong way for me.
Well, the antenna's off, but give me some chatter and I'll peek on you. Give me some chatter.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of chatter here. I did not hear Steve tonight, and I won't be on 6 meters, if I have to do tonight. So,
Okay, it's almost like I don't have an antenna here. I went all the way up to due north and you were still the same. Over. This is an area where I should have you. It's a little high, but the antenna's off just a little bit.
You're not pointed anywhere near me. That's okay. 73's Mike. 73's. We'll see you later.
Okay, we're going over to 6. I'll be in your direction in just a few minutes. Very quickly tonight on 6. Over.
I won't be on 6 meters tonight.
Sounds like you said he won't be on 6. Okay, off to 6 meters, K6USY.
But I like it.
Yeah, it's like 180 out of the last 4, you know.
Roger. Okay, I'll back on out and listen on the side there. KC5 DTU.
Roger, same as here. WA6AJ.
Yeah, I'll be there in a second, guys. I'm just rotating the antenna around to the right direction here. K6MYC, you're checked in, guys. Go ahead, Kerry.
Roger. Good evening, Michael and Judy, if she's in the shack. Hope you had a good weekend.
Good evening, Kerry and Mike, AAJ, KM6SRR.
Good evening there, Rob. How's things up there in beautiful Mountain View country?
Oh, doing good. We got smoked out last night. The wind changed direction and had to close the windows in the middle of the night. Luckily, we heard the whole house fan come on and immediately smelled the smoke.
Oh, man. Are they still having fires? Are they on the other side of the mountain?
Yeah, I think it's a garnet fire that's over there east of Pine Flat. It's kind of like northeast now. It's kind of heading up towards Dinky.
Yeah, roger that. Well, the air was a little bit better here today, and I was I'm looking at my weather station now, and I've got about 17 mile-hour wind going here right now.
What direction are they going?
Let's see. I can't. I'll have to look here. Stand by.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Phone call from Kenny, K6KJS, my grandson. He's got a tower that he wants me to talk about. He may pick up, so he's trying to get the station going up there in Idaho. But anyway, sorry about that. I had to drop for a second. I'm not sure who's all in here now. Go ahead, Kerry, and you shoot it to whatever's happening. K6MYC.
Good evening again there, Michael. Rob and I were just talking about the wind here. It's good. I'm getting it out of the northwest, Rob.
Okay, that's good. Then it's blowing the smoke back over to where the fire belongs.
Boy, that's a pretty strong wind, though, for this time of year.
Yeah, I was kind of windy out there today when I was out working, too. I thought it might have been in a little twister the way it was blowing all the stuff around.
Roger that. Okay, other than that, Michael, how's Judy?
Judy's pretty good, and actually the kimchi seems to be working most of the time. Over.
Yeah, roger that. You just have to do it on schedule and keep at it, and it works.
That's a big problem with her. She has a hard time staying on schedule, and the last couple of days been real tumultuous, but I think she's okay now. We're on a smooth sailing. Her daughter's gone home, and everything's back to normal. Over.
Roger. Okay, well, I'll let you get back to the net here, and I'll be listening for a little bit. KC5, DTU.
Okay, very good, Kerry. I'm pointed north now the right way, and now I can go backwards to the Bay Area. I was all the way around to north, but I had to go through 90 and all the way around, so I got that done now. And we had a phone call in the middle of it. So there you are. Okay. Well, let's see. Who else is in here? Let me see what I've got. I've got 727. I heard you, Mike.
982's here.
And 982, Daryl. Good evening, Daryl. How's your wife tonight?
She's okay. She's back to normal. We're gonna talk to Dr. Dan about that little episode she had. He'll know what to do. I talked to him a little bit on the net, on our little net last night, and he said that she needs to have a rescue inhaler around.
Okay. Did you tell me last night that you guys did go to an urgent care facility there in Corscold?
No, we did not. The urgent care facility is in Oakhurst, but no, we did not. I wanted to, but she didn't, so we didn't.
Okay, but it's not in Corscold. It's all the way up in Oakhurst, is it?
Yeah, it's not that far away. I mean, 15 minutes.
Well, Judy was asking where the nearest urgent care is for us, because we're really in between things here. It's probably a half hour to Madera, half hour or better to Oakhurst, and a half hour to 35 minutes into the earliest part of Fresno here. So we're in no man's land. Over.
Yeah, I would say you are. Fresno's probably your best bet, although Madera might be better. I don't know. It's a matter of what would be quicker. You can't always tell from the miles what's quicker.
Yeah, that's true. Well, once we find the location, the phone system gives me the distance and the time to get there usually. My phone system's pretty good. I just ask for that once I determine the name of the place, or I can just look for, I can even have Siri give me urgent care in Fresno and see what she comes up with. She usually comes up with the closest one to me. She did that today for a West Valley, West America bank. Unfortunately, we don't use that bank, so I had to change her over to the one on Shaw, but she did find it, and she also told me it was 17 miles away in about 25 minutes or 30 minutes to get there or something. So that works pretty well. Siri's pretty handy without asking too much. Over.
Oh, Dr. Dan, you've been in his office. He loves that thing. He loves Siri.
Oh, yeah, I think we were using Siri when I was in his office last week there. All right, very good. Well, I'm glad that your wife's feeling all okay again. That's good news.
Oh, but you're not kidding. Okay, on with the net.
On with the nut net. K6MYC Bozos. 6 meters now. K6MYC. Rob, I think I got you in here in 1200, and I've got Mike in here, 727, and Kerry, and I guess that's it. Who else is here?
We had Ben check in early, but he had to go. He might come back. 694 WB6 GBS. And then Ken was here and had to go.
Well, I put Ken down because I knew he was running short of time. We ran the 220 net real late. Other people kept checking in even later. and then anyway, it got to the point where he only had 2 minutes. But like you say, he may come back and get on 6 after the end of this thing here. I don't think we're going to go that long on 6 tonight, though.
We also had Phil in there. Ken was talking to him. WB6GGY 884.
K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Okay, 884, 1079 and 1100. Got you, Corey. Aaron. Got Corey on the brain here. And I haven't heard Phil yet. Phil, I'm pointed due north, but I should be able to hear you. Go ahead, Phil. Now, maybe he's not hearing me. Or maybe he's just checked in and out. We did talk to Phil this morning, so not a crisis here. I got him listed anyway. He's been checked in. Now, anybody else? Let's see, due north. N7 Whiskey Tango, are you there, Larry? How about N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ? How about you, Eric? Is there anybody up north there, DMO8, DMO9, K6MYC Bozo Net, 6 meters beaming due north? 1189. I didn't get the call sign, but probably not pointed at you. Who's 1189, Rob?
Just a minute, I'm looking.
Okay, go ahead, 1189, and give me your call again, over. I doubled with you. Give me the call sign again, 1189. Go ahead. Kilo Alpha 6 something. Kilo Alpha 6. Again.
That's Kilo Oscar 6, India, Quebec, Romeo.
Okay, KO6IQR, 1189. Okay, I'm not pointed at you there. I think you're over in the Bay Area. That's the problem. I'm pointed due north. I'm coming your way. I'll be there in about 5 minutes, okay?
I think that's Mario. He's on a work assignment up here from Anaheim.
That's right. That is Mario. Sorry about that, Mario. I forgot. Yeah, we haven't heard you for a week or so here. Good to hear you. Hang in there a second, and I'll be able to copy you better when I get more in your direction. I'm off of you by 90 degrees right now, more or less. Hi. Hang in there, Mario. Hang in there. Don't leave. K6MYC. Okay, anybody else in Nevada before I go down to Sacramento? Nothing heard. Okay, we're going to Sacramento now. And looking for, let's see, let's get down here like this. We should hear K6 Whiskey India Sugar and KR6MR. Anybody out there? KR6MR, K6 Whiskey India Sugar. Anybody else? KE6ILX.
Golf Yankee Whiskey Baker 6, Golf Yankee Bozo 884.
Apparently you weren't hearing me earlier. I called you. I got you, Phil. Good evening. Hang on a second. Let's see. There's one underneath you there. Who was the other one? Go ahead. K6MYC. Somebody in there continuing to call. Keep calling, guys. Don't give up. I've got lots of checker inners here this evening, so I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Over. Okay, well, they're not coming back, Phil, so it's yours for the moment. Go ahead. WB6GGY. Good to chat this morning.
Yeah, good talk. And WB6GGY, Bozo 884. And you also had Mario there in Turlock was trying to get through to you. Go ahead, over.
Yeah, I know that. We got him, and we're going to catch him when I get pointed his way, over.
Roger. Okay, yeah, he was kind enough to let me know that everything was working here. Okay, WB6GGY. Back to you there, Mike, and you and Judy have a good evening.
Yeah, did you hear about the rattlesnake thing?
No, good heavens, what happened now?
Well, nothing. I just walked out the door this morning at about noon. I was going to go to work. I was going to run to the barn to do something. Anyway, I walked out the back door of the shack here. I started to step out and opened the door. Screen door was propped open because we keep it that way when it's hot, so I don't have to open the screen and the regular door. And right at my feet, up on the second step, 2 inches away from the door itself, there was about a 4-foot rattler all coiled up there, but he was looking away from me. He didn't know that the door opened. So when the door opened, it surprised him, and he turned around. I guess he must have looked at me, and then he started to rattle. By this time, I closed the door very slowly, but I was 6 inches from his head, over.
Oh, good heavens. You don't need to do that again. Once should have been enough there, Mike.
I know that, but the last place I expected him to be was on my back step, up on the concrete, up on the second step. I mean, that's the first step you take as you go out the door. I would have been stepping right on him. That was the stepping position, over.
Well, I'm glad you looked down, my friend.
Yeah. I saw him, but not very much. Anyway, listen, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning on it, but I have some more information about my eyesight and the results that I got when I was at Dr. Maxwell's place over here. I don't know if I told you all the story there. Anyway, we'll talk about it in the morning, and won't bother with other people on now. But the snake story, that started off our day. Well, it was midday by that time, but I'd been, as you heard me say, and you were doing the same thing, probably making phone calls and doing other stuff. So it was about noon before I got started to go outside, over.
Roger. Well, I'm glad you looked before you stepped. Okay, 7-3. Talk to you later.
Yeah, we did get him. Matt had just come home an hour earlier. He was on the phone with a customer in his office down there in the alcove. And I went down and got him, interrupted him, and I said, we got a big rattler on the back porch. I need your help here. I'll go get my pistol. I have snake shot in my .38 special. And I went and got that, but we didn't want to shoot at the house, So we went and got some flat shovels, and we eventually got the rattler to get off the step. And Matt hit him several times, knocked him silly. Didn't sever the head on the concrete. We just couldn't get the head severed. And we picked him up on a big shovel that I had here, a snow shovel, I think, and carried him out, put him on the gravel, and then we could hit the head, and then we chopped his head off. Every bit of 3.5, 4 feet long. So big boy, about 2 inches in diameter, maybe a little bigger. Anyway, it was quite an interesting start to our day. 7-3. Talk to you more in the morning. K6MYC.
Very good, Mike. Well, I'm glad you're safe. WB6GGY.
Yeah, that wasn't any problem, but the rattlers, he rattled for 5 or 10 minutes before we got him off the porch because he kept sneaking into spots around there that we couldn't get him. The rattle went continually for about 5 or 10 minutes, and Judy got a beautiful picture of him. I'll have her shoot a picture up to you if she's got your way to get to you. And I'll probably send one to Bill, and we'll send one over to Rob, and it'll go around the circle here. But quite a boy that we got there. But he is no longer. I don't like to kill them, but when they're that close to the house, you just can't let them go because they'll come back. They find out it's a good place to be, and then there's other people that could have gotten damaged by him. Thank you, Phil. And 7-3, we'll see you in the morning. KWB6GGY, Twain Hart, K6MY.
7-3, good luck, WB6GGY.
I guess Greg is on his vacation now. He's gone, right?
Roger.
Okay. Very good. Okay, well, I'm pointing to where I am here, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Anybody?
KR6MR, Bozo 759.
Two of you. Hang on a second, John. KR6MR. Who was the other one?
KO6KD 776.
Okay. KO6KD. I hear you. And I also hear Reading. I hear Reading. 145. We got Reading in there. 145 on CW. I heard the KD6 Sugar Whiskey. Good morning. Good evening. Good evening, Rich. Give me a Rogers that you got. I got you all checked in, okay? I definitely heard KD6SW on CW, so we've got him checked in. Okay. Let's see. To you, John, KR6MR. I have a 25-watt slug. I think we talked about that, so I can't help you with that one. We talked about that already. I can help you with it, but it's probably, I think you said this yesterday you were pretty well organized on how you were going to take the next step to check power. I think if you run your 500-watt slug in there and you see 25 or 30 watts, then you know it's putting out 50. If it's, because you could just about double whatever you read on the slug based on your 10 watts reading 5, John, over.
Yeah, I've got that part figured out. And thank you for your offer to send a slug up here. But I think I've got everything covered. And I heard Reading on CW tonight. I heard Reading last night on 2 meters off the back of my beam as well.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, they were a decent copy last night. Some ups and downs, but pretty good most of the time. But we got Reading. We have Reading. We got you, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey 145. We have you checked in. Give me Rogers. There's the Rogers. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And we'll see you on Wednesday. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Okay. Very good. Anything else from you, John? We'll look forward to working you, of course, tomorrow night on 1296. Hopefully conditions will be stable, and then we'll finalize what we're going to do in the contest weekend. I think we'll start on 1296 at 7:30. I may come on 2 meters first. I've talked to a couple of people that we're trying to get out of the woodwork, like the boys up in Reading. I'm trying to get Reading to get on at 7 o'clock on 2 meters. But I haven't gotten confirmation on that yet. But maybe we can at least get Rich, KD6SW, to get on, and that way we all get Charlie November 80 in the log for the contest. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. No, nothing new to add. See you tomorrow night at 1296. I hope. And we'll see what happens for the contest this weekend. KR6MR, have a good evening.
Yeah, you too. And over to you, Bill. I'm probably halfway between you guys, so I'll peek up on you a little bit, Bill. And we'll also listen for other breakers there. KO6KD, and I guess you heard the rattlesnake story, K6MYC.
Oh, yeah, I heard it, and I'm awful glad that nobody got hurt. And I don't know why I would not be nearly as, well, I'm not nearly as forgiving with those things as you are. I wouldn't pick them up and take them out. I don't have the room to do that here. So anytime in my younger days when I see one, I simply dispatch it as quickly as I could. I've got no use for them, just nothing but contempt for a rattlesnake. So
Gopher snakes are fine. Rattlesnakes, no bueno. Kill every last one of them, and we'll do the world a favor. But anyway, I don't know if you're hearing me very well or not. You're a little weak for me tonight. But anyway, that's it. Okay, I heard it, and I'm glad you're okay. Both of you and Judy are all right, and the snake is dead. So, all right, leave it at that, and I'll see you hopefully in the mornings. K6NYC in the group, 73 KO680.
Yeah, I understand your thoughts on the snake. I don't have any aversion to snakes. I don't have any fear of snakes. You have to just have respect, but don't have a fear. I don't dislike snakes or any other thing. But out here in the country, they own this property as much as I do. The problem is I can't tolerate them around the house because I have guests here. I have people working here, and sometimes people just aren't as aware of them as they should be. When you hear running water and there's no water running, then you've got a snake near you. That's what it sounds like. Sure as hell. I listened to it for 15 minutes this morning while he was rattling away and Matt was chasing him. We had him up against the house, but we couldn't get him. And normally I shoot him with a couple of shots in the head with a snake shot from my 38 special, but I didn't want to shoot toward the house. So we had to get him out in the open, and by the time we got him damaged enough where he wasn't going to be able to do anything. He was still alive and squirming, but we got him on a big shovel, and Matt carried him out onto the gravel driveway on the dirt there, and we just laid him out and set his head free from the body. And but I don't like to do that. I'd like to have him on the property looking for gophers and ground squirrels because we sure got a million of those. But I can't tolerate them around the house. They get used to it here, and then they bed down. I had one in the flower garden out here in front, and I finally chased him away. I didn't have to kill him. I would have, but I could never get a good shot at him. And shot into the bush a couple of times. I think I may have hit him, but he never was there afterwards, so I guess he got away. Anyway, that's that. So much for snake stories. You're doing fine here. Good copy, and I was pointed toward John a little bit. This should be better for you. Had one other thing, but it's gotten away from me, so we'll see you in the morning and carry on for a few minutes there. KO6KD, K6MYC. Anybody else for 6-meter check-ins here on the Bozo Net? Pretty quiet, okay. Down to N6RO. This should be a little bit closer to you, Ken. N6RO, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO.
Mucho.
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
In Bozo 835 and Charlie Mike 97. And I'm not sure if you copied what my dinner was on 222. It was that great Alaskan halibut and a bunch of veggies. And all of the standings in the contest we did this weekend remain the same. All four of us won our categories, either worldwide or North America. So not bad for a pretty slow weekend for me anyway. N6RO.
Yeah, very good. Congratulations on the fine team that you put together there. I know you didn't make thousands of contacts on 80 meters, but obviously the conditions were such that 50 or 60 that you did make were enough to win the thing. Wonderful. Boy, oh boy, what conditions, huh? When you talk about 80 meters and on 160, you'd like to have a sunspot and all, wouldn't you?
Well, it's coming.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'd like to see winter here.
Anyway, we didn't copy much on 222. There was just bits and pieces of words, so I did not get your dinner, but we got it that time, and one of these days we'll get enough time in the morning to order up some of that stuff. We had a nice dinner that Matt threw together quickly. He came home from Oregon after that crash race trip that he had to go on to solve a couple of problems that we had with a big log periodic, like the log that I had here, the 56 60-footer, 14-element. We had to build a whole bunch of them. They had 9 of them up there. And but they needed them in such a hurry. Matt had not finished the complete manual, the assembly manual. So they started to assemble them, and even though they were almost fully assembled, except for just putting the elements onto the boom, things like that, they made a couple of mistakes, and then they panicked, and Matt just jumped on the plane and flew up there real quick like, and apparently took care of it. They seem to be okay now. And he kind of filled them in with the manual. The manual just isn't finished. It takes us quite a while. Matt, because it's such a complex antenna, he likes to do the manual as opposed to delegate it to somebody that hasn't had their hands on the hardware, didn't build it. It's easier if you write it, you've already done it, and build it and assembled it and put it up and all that stuff. So that was the hassle there. But he's back, but he came back with a cold, so he's not feeling red hot. Came in about 10 o'clock this morning, just in time to kill the snake. Over.
Okay, well, that's good customer service for sure. What's the model number of the antenna he fixed?
I don't know. Let's call it a 6 to 20 LP 14.
20 meter beam?
6-20. It goes from 6 megahertz to 20 megahertz, and it's a log periodic, and it's 14 elements. 6 to 20 LP 14.
Gotcha. The only LP I have is that little 2 and 440, about 3 feet long, that I got from the guy in Concord. Everything else is monobanders, and they're all either KLM or M squared. So I'm off to see the concert of my guitar pickers tonight. See you later.
Yeah, enjoy. I don't know whether you enjoyed the football game or not, but 49ers pulled it out at the last minute there. Bob K7VO up in Olympia was a little disappointed. Over.
Yeah, all right. Oh, what's this? I saw the last minute, 2 minutes of the 49er game yesterday, and I think I forgot to record Monday Night Football, but when I get back in, I'll see if I got that.
You're a recording fanatic. We haven't figured out how to run our recorder yet. There's a recorder that records certain amount of time, and I don't know what it is. It's built right into the satellite receiver. You can record programs, and I imagine it records a better part of an hour, maybe more, on a chip in there. But we've never tried it. We've recorded on it, but Judy kept forgetting to try and see if we can play it.
Oh, well, I have a DirecTV, which allows you to extend the time frame up to 3 hours beyond what's shown in the menu.
In other words, you record, and then you can record for another 3 hours?
Yeah, it'll keep recording whatever the designated or the shown time frame is, and it'll add on anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours.
Well, I'm not sure what add-on means. We just want to record things like 1 hour programs like Levin and other stuff. Over.
Yeah, well, that you don't have to do any adding. What's your satellite service?
We have DirecTV, same as you, so tell me how to do it.
Oh, well, you just go into your channels and pick a show you want to see and hit the red button called record up in the top left, and that'll do it. Unless you want to extend the recording time, which I do for most of the sports.
Okay, so we record it, and then what? How do you play it back?
You call up, there's a button up on the top right that has, it's where the recordings are. I forget what it's called because I'm not there. But it has everything you've recorded listed there. And mine is just chock full, something like 2 terabytes.
Well, you have to push a button and it puts all the programs you recorded on the screen. Is that it?
Yeah, and then you click on the one you want to watch.
Oh, I get it. Okay. That makes sense. I couldn't understand how you could get back to the program that you recorded. We haven't, well, I think she's tried to record 2 or 3, so we might have 2 or 3 in there. But the one we're really interested in was kind of going back over the one last Sunday night. Was a real good dissertation on the history of the Fed here and how it was established and why it has no way to get rid of it, if you will, because there's nobody to answer to. They don't have to answer to anybody. The Fed just operates on its own little world. It's really a strange deal. Anyway, Levin gives it a very clean 20-minute dissertation on the history from George Washington forward. And but it's so intense, you have to hear it 3 or 4 times before you get all the little nooks and crannies, details. Over.
Yeah, understand. I do have to repeat things, and that's very easy to do until you delete one of your recordings. When the disk gets full or approaching full, and it'll give you a percentage of use of the storage of your programs, but it sounds like you aren't anywhere near what the capacity is.
Yeah, I didn't know. It took probably it sounds like it might record 20, 30 hours before you have to start dumping stuff, huh?
200 hours.
100 hours?
200.
Oh boy, okay, so we're never going to get to that. We don't do that very often. So much stuff happening if you don't catch it the first time, you can hardly take time to watch it over again, because by that time it's old news. Over.
Yeah, well, I record almost all the sports that I watch, and even some other different news programs and sports and so forth. And so I'm addicted to recording, and that way I watch it when I want to.
Yeah, one last question. If I know that it's coming up at 5 o'clock, let's say in the evening, but I'm not going to be there, can I go in and select the channel that I want to watch, and then on that button up on the right, and I get it on the screen, can I tell it what I want and when to start?
The upper left button where it says channels, I think it says channels, you can record any program as you scroll through the time frame from left to right, and it'll do it anytime you want.
Okay, well, we'll just have to play with that. I can't see it, so I'm having a little trouble visualizing it, but I'll let Judy play with that, and I may even get her in here and have you walk her through it once or twice. Anyway, Kim, thanks very much for the heads up on that, and we'll give it a try and see if we can do it. We're not old-fashioned. I just never record anything. I've never been in that mode to record stuff, particularly off the air. I don't know why. I never got into that. So, and I'm not that heavy into sports that if I miss it, I miss it, or see a replay somewhere else or something else. But just never got into the recording thing. Thanks much. N6RO Oakley K6MYC, and I didn't get much of your 220 transmission. It was all broken up. You could go back and listen to the stream if you wanted to hear what it sounded like. Over.
Yeah, okay. We had several different microphones plugged into the connections, and I think I need to put some contact clear on the D104 that I normally use on that rig. Anyway, see you tomorrow on that very high band.
Yeah, the audio is very pinched, as Ken Holden told you, and I heard the same thing. I mentioned it was very pinched, and he agreed. And so there was something wrong there, but there was also an intermittent that was not getting full words to come out. We were getting bits and pieces of words, and then there'd be 5 or 6 seconds with nothing, and then we weren't sure if you'd turned it back, and probably we doubled with you a couple of times. So it was not usable, let's put it that way. Thanks, Ken. 7-3, see you tomorrow on 1296. N6RO K6MYC.
Yeah, that's what I get for having guest operators on my team, but I can't do anything without them.
Well, when you win, all 4 categories that you were in, you can't complain, can you?
No. So paper and maybe even woodwork for some of us.
Yeah, okay. Let me take a standby and see who else might be in this direction. Who else is listening here on 6 meters? K6MYC Bozo Net, right up the middle of the Sacramento-San Joaquin Valley.
Whiskey 6, Whiskey Zulu Zulu.
Hi, John. Whiskey 6, Whiskey Zulu Zulu 1140 what?
11:45.
I gotcha. How are you doing up there?
I'm doing well. I didn't do so well in the contest, but it was a learning experience. I was only on 10, and 10 sucked. I wasn't able to do Sunday. I had a prior engagement, but I had a great time. I need to get more time in the chair, just talking on the radio, getting used to the radio and whatnot. So, yeah, I had a good time.
Good, and you're really louder on 6. Last week I thought we had all kinds of trouble here, but you're quite loud tonight, no problem, over.
Roger. Oh, that's good. I got you tuned in and got you the antenna turned the right way, and it's up higher, and I think I got it nailed right now.
I think you do. Keep it like it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, roger that. And as far as the rattlesnake is concerned, I hope you saved the rest of it, because I could make a special trip down there to get the meat and cook it up.
Well,
enjoy rattlesnake. It's good stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I know it is. It just doesn't interest us. We're not that. But I know it's like chicken. We put it out, and it was in the sun from noon to the end of the day, and it may not even be there in the morning. Some predator will probably come up and get it. I haven't looked to see if it's still there. I will go out with a flashlight after the net and see if the damn thing is even still there. Normally, I save the rattle. I usually cut the rattle off. I used to have about a half a dozen rattles that we'd taken off, various ones that we'd dispatched here over the last 25 years. We only maybe do 5 or 6 totally in that time frame, so we don't have a big, massive amount of rattlers. They're here. They're all around us. We just, we're aware of them. We see one every now and then, but most of the time they're off in the boonies and not anywhere where they threaten any people I have visiting here, over.
Roger that. Yeah, I have a buddy that's up in Santa Rosa that is a trapper, and he does a rattlesnake thing on a regular basis, and he saves me the meat, and he'll skin them and keep the rattles, and save me the meat in the freezer, and once every couple of months I go down to his house, up to his house, and get the meat, and I have a nice rattlesnake feast.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I've ever eaten it, but I've heard about it, and I'm sure it's quite good, and we probably should do that, but just by the time we get the rascal killed, why, he's either beat up a little bit or not interested. Everybody gets back to doing what they were doing before. 7-3, John, good to hear you. Nice signal. You've got things working quite well now compared to last week. W6WSS, K6MYC.
K6MYC, Whiskey 6, Whiskey, Zebra, John and Brentwood. Talk to you guys later. 73.
I have a rattlesnake story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, when I was stationed in the Air Force in Big Spring, Texas, the biggest social event of the season in the town was the rattlesnake roundup. And people were out trapping them and bringing into a central point and barbecuing. And it was the most tasty stuff I ever had.
Oh, wonderful. I'm sure it is. It's just that it's so infrequent here. We just don't even give it a thought. I probably should, because I've heard it's quite good, and obviously you're confirming that. But no, it's well, this one today was difficult to get because of where he was located. Normally, if they're out in the field somewhere around bushes or in between rocks and stuff, you can trap them and get them, and with your loops and stuff. This guy could have been done with a loop. A professional that wanted to get this rattler could have saved him and would have gotten the loop on the head and picked him up and carried him into a safe spot, either on the lawn or someplace. But right on the cement, it was just awkward right by the doors and everything, and we just couldn't shoot. We couldn't do anything. Thanks, Ken, and I must have moved the antenna more toward you because now you're both bodacious. Go ahead, Ken, and shoot it to John.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fine. I think your rattlesnake was a little too aggressive about getting near where people are. Anyway, you solved it. I haven't seen a poisonous snake in this area since I've lived here, 46 years. And, John, you need to submit your log. You're going to get a piece of paper, the 10-meter high power, N6RO.
Roger that. I got to figure out how to do that. If you're home sometime tomorrow, I'll drop by. Let me know on Slack.
Or I can talk you through it on the telephone.
Okay, that'll work also. Anyway, K6MYC, W6W, Zebra, John and Brentwood. We're clear up to your final.
Okay, John, very good. Thanks much, and we'll see you next week or somewhere on the bands. You got 2 meters, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and I think you've checked in there, so we'll see you, worst case, we'll see you Wednesday. Good night, Ken. Good night, John. K6MYC drifting into the Bay Area.
Good night, Ken.
KM6SRR.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I should have told you about my rattlesnake story. A week ago, Friday evening, just before dusk, I came across one out in the driveway right in front of the house. He had 9 rattles and mutilated a couple others on the end of them. He was about 4 foot long and probably a couple inches in diameter. He didn't really want to be caught, but I got him with a stick and put him in a bucket, took him visiting over to our other property where the rock pile is, and a bunch of squirrel holes.
Yeah, well, they're handy here. I mean, maybe where Ken lives, he doesn't have 10,000 ground squirrels, but my ground here, all on the property, everywhere, except for where it's granite, is just peppered with holes. You've been here. You know, they're just peppered with holes. So we have a plethora of food for the rattlers, and that's why I like the rattlers, because they keep that population sort of down a little bit anyway. So anything that would keep the potholes from destroying me and destroying my mower and my hillsides with potholes and gopher holes and ground squirrel holes would be helpful. So I don't mind them. That's why I want to keep them alive when I can. But when they're up against the house, it's just not a good idea. And this guy was too hard to catch without damaging him anyway. If we don't have a loop to put around his neck. We just had to do what we did. Anyway, let's see. Let's see who's in the Bay Area. I want to catch. Well, what time is it, Rob?
9:15.
Oh boy, just barely going to get people before they go to bed. M6, KW6S, if you're hearing me, Tom, or W6PQL, K6MYC. Anybody?
WB6WNI. November 6, Bravo, Charlie.
Okay, I got 1090 and 1134. Hang on a second, Merle. I'm looking specifically for KW6PQL or KW6 Sugar, KW6S. Tom, are you there? They both have gone to bed, I guess. Darn it. Okay. Merle, why don't you take one? And Gary, hang in there a second. We'll get it right over to you. N6BCC, K6MYC. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain there. I'm not really pointing towards you too much tonight there. And just thought I'd jump in there and say good evening to you and Judy. Excuse me. I heard your rattlesnake story there. It sounds like you got a thing for rattlesnakes.
Well, it's just that I'm out in the country. I'm in the hills, and with the amount of food supply that they have, they're going to be here. You know, that's all that there is to it. It's the right temperature. It's the right weather. We've got a big swimming pool. I think they can actually get in the pool, and we've got a new little widget that we've added to the side of the pool that if animals fall into the water and they swim around the edges of the pool, eventually they run into a little place where they can get up on a platform and then jump up out of the pool about 5 inches. They can jump off this platform to get up on the deck. And since then we put that in, we've had no dead animals floating in the pool. So apparently it's working, and I suspect the snakes could do the same thing if they get in there. I haven't ever had a rattler in the water that I know of, but I wouldn't doubt that they've been there. They've all around it. But it's just rattlesnake territory here, and that I'm just used to it. It's not a big deal for us. Over.
Hey, Roger. Oh yeah, well I grew up. We had them too. So yeah, it was kind of part of the life up there and living up there in Tuolumne County and stuff. But that's good. At least you didn't take and step on them or get hit or anything by them. But yeah. By the way, did you get that email from me?
Yes, I did. Now, what was I supposed to do? We were trying to identify the antenna, right?
Yeah, he's just going to look up there and see what I got up there in the air, and I sent you my new QSL card, a picture of it, what it looks like, and so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So, all right, Mike, well, I'm going to go ahead and jump on out of here and let you go ahead and finish your net. And take and tell Judy I said howdy, and we'll probably catch you next week there. Like I said, I was a little late getting in here and stuff, and it was kind of funny. I was hearing Ken off the side of my beam there tonight, so it was actually doing really good off the side. I was really shocked, but I guess conditions were good enough for that. So, all right, so you have a great evening. You and Judy will catch you later. K6NYC and 6BCC. I'll be QRT on yours.
Okay, fine, Emerald. Well, I've got the email, but it happened to come in when Judy's daughter was here, and they were doing an immense amount of stuff for Judy. They were trying to clean up some books. They have cohabited property in San Andreas, and Judy pays the bills and so on. So they were very busy with that, and they were having some computer problems in the middle of it. And she mentioned it was here, and she looked at it, but she never dragged me over to look at it. And so what I'll have her do tomorrow maybe is go back and bring your email up, and then I can look at the QSL card and the rest of the pictures there, and the improved picture of the 6-meter antenna installation there. Thanks, Merle. I promise I'll take a look at it tomorrow. It didn't get overlooked. We found it, but we also had a slew of other emails that had come in, and but we just didn't get back to it. The day that we were looking at it, she was in a hurry, and I can't remember what happened, but she never dragged me over to the computer to say, look at this. 73 N6BCC K6MYC 73 Emerald, and we'll listen for Gary, WB6WNI. Go ahead, Gary.
7:30.
Well, thank you, Michael. Yes, and I'm going to start out by saying I hope you have dinner, because last night you did, and it's even later today. So I'm hoping you had dinner. Well, Mike, you brought up an interesting topic about the 6-meter antenna. I'm going to tell Judy to look for an email, who knows when, in the next few days. I would like to still send you by snail mail the diagram of that 6-meter antenna I have. That probably is out of the 50s. So, you know what, you might not recognize it, but it'd be worth it. And you said I could bother you, so. Anyway, yes, and like I said, that's the antenna that's been in my garage for 30 years, so we don't need an immediate answer, as you might imagine. Anyway, Mike, I'll let you go and talk to you again on Wednesday. Good copy tonight. K6NYC WB6WNI 109073.
Yeah, okay, well, if you've got a picture, diagram of it, why don't you just photograph it and send a photograph to Judy, and she can print it out here, over?
Okay, I could do that. The last time you said it came in too small. But you know what? That's what I'll do. I'll PDF the diagram. That's what I'll do. I'll make a PDF of it and not send it as an email. So that could make a difference.
I don't think that'll work. She's just struggled with some PDFs.
Okay, well, let's see. that's why I said the easiest thing is just to send you a piece of paper. That way it should be easy to decode.
Yeah, that's fine. Send a piece of paper. Be prepared for a shock. It costs almost 75 cents to send a letter these days. I know you can afford it.
I remember when the postage went up to 4 cents. You probably could beat me on that one.
Yeah, no, I know. It was 3 cents my whole life, and maybe even cheaper. Postcards were a penny.
Yeah. Yeah, good old days. Anyway, Mike, again, I will send it to you someday. But yeah, just be curious, mainly to see what, if they had any instructions, because I just did it by trial and error. K6NYC with Judy there, and the net, WB679109073, Mike.
Okay, 73, Gary, and we'll look for that mail. It takes about 3.5, 4 days to get here. 73 WB6WNI K6M. Well, you could try the PDF, but maybe that she's gotten through that. There was a problem with the word processor or something that she was using, and it wasn't going in. But you might try the PDF and the photograph. And the mail as well. And then I can tell you right quick if we got it and we were able to sort out the PDF. Over.
Oh, sounds good. Yeah, I'll get the sheet of paper that has the drawing, and I'll PDF it. You're right. Let's just see if the PDF works. If it doesn't, we're snail mail.
Now, do it both ways. That'll give us a challenge to see if we can get it. Over.
All right, will do. Thanks, Mike. K6NYC, WB679.
Roger, Gary. Thank you. 73 K6NYC Bozo Net into the Bay Area.
Kilowatt Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar Mike, Bozo Net is 1192.
Okay, 1192. Who was that?
Kilowatt Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar Mike, John in Santa Clara.
Yeah, and you're operating on a remote. Boy, you got that working now, John. You're so loud I don't recognize you. KB6JSM. 1192. We've got you. Hang on a second. Let me get the other ones in here that are calling. Who are the other stations that called in, please? Go ahead.
107, JMC.
107, locally in Course Gold. Good evening, Dane. 107. Who else?
1189.
1189. There's Mario. Is it Mario? Was that right?
That is correct.
Yeah, Mario. How you doing? You getting things torn down? I have not called my son because I think what happened last week, I don't know, but anyway, I was going to call him and tell him that you're open for a visitor over there. Are you still open for a visitor if he can get over there to see you?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, we're there. We're going to be there for quite some time. So yeah, at his convenience, I got nothing better to do. Honestly, I sit around most of the day and just watch the other guys work.
Yeah, but you're not there on the weekends. You're only during the weekday, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not there during the weekends.
Okay, I'll have him come by on a weekday there. I'll give him a call tonight. I've got to call his son, my grandson called me earlier, and I'm going to call him as soon as I'm done with the net here. He's wanting to ask me about a tower, so I've got to call him, and I'll call my other son too, either tonight or tomorrow, and tell him to go over there and visit you at the dump. I'm sure he knows where it is. How are things proceeding? How are you doing? And thanks for sticking around here. I'm sorry I could barely hear you in the other direction. Over.
Yeah, no, I waited till your signal picked up here also, so I was going to call back in. I was sitting on the side there, so. On my side, I got my new setup in. Kind of went the cheap route and got horizontal halo for basically for 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and 6 meters on a 25-foot quarter mast.
Yeah, okay. So you got it more. You're not operating off the car now. You got a separate mast for the 6 meter.
Right now, I got the 6 meter up only. I didn't put them all together, obviously. I haven't put the 2 meter, 70 centimeter halo up yet, but I was going to try to.
Okay, very good.
Get operation on them, but I knew that thing to get a taller mast if I'm going to put them all on one.
All righty. Well, we'll find you whenever, and normally I'll be able to hear you. You're usually quite strong here, even on 6 now. A little fluttery tonight. I think you have an antenna that's omnidirectional. Are you vertical or horizontal?
This is a horizontally polarized halo. It's basically a bent dipole.
Okay, so it's basically horizontal. But it's radiating in all kinds of different directions. I'm getting bounces on you all over the place there. All right, no problem. Thanks for checking in again, Mario, and sticking around, and I'll see if I can get Kenny over there to meet you and find out more about how you're doing and what you're doing over there. I can't remember the call exactly yet. IJQ, I think it's K6MYC. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mario. I just didn't remember the full call. Over.
Sorry about that. I thought you were calling someone else, Mike. It's K06IQR. K06IQR.
K06IQR, right. Okay, got it now. Thanks.
I think I gave you my number, didn't I, last time? If not, just have them come on in and check into the front office there when you get the chance, and just ask for Mario. Everyone knows where I'm at. K6MYC, K06IQR. Back to net control.
Okay, thank you, K06IQR. Thank you, Mario. Yes, I'll have him do that. I'll have him go right up to the main office and ask for Mario. I'm sure he'll find you there. 7-3, and thanks for checking in again, and we'll wait for you to show up on the 2-meter band one of these days, and maybe 432 as well. Who else do we have in the Bay Area that's left here? K6MYC Bozo Net, getting pretty late. Anybody else in the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net. I guess that's it, Rob. We didn't get Tom. We didn't get there in time to get him before he went to bed.
Yep. You'd think that being retired, you can stay up as late as you wanted.
I'm sorry that I did not understand that.
I was saying that now that Tom is retired, he could probably stay up as late as he wanted to.
Yeah, well, as late as he wants to. Must be around 10 after 9. He must be a very early riser. That's what I suspect. Over.
Yep, if you do that, you got to go to bed early too.
I guess so. And he did operate the contest this weekend, so he's probably dragging. Anyway, we could go south, but I'm not sure who might be down there. Over.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody myself. Rick's 6-meter isn't working.
Anybody left anywhere on 6-meter Bozo Net? K6MYC, Central California. QRZ, late calls, late check-ins or missed. K6MYC, last call. I guess that's it, Bob.
Okay, you got a count?
No, I can't count.
Yeah, I've got 21.
Yeah, we almost did as many on 220 tonight. 6 meters is really waning.
Well, if we were been earlier, we would have got a few more.
First guy up, still here.
Who is I?
It's me, Mike. 982.
Okay. Well, sometimes I can recognize your voice, and sometimes I can't, Daryl. You sound different from time to time, and depending on the band conditions and where I'm pointed. So I was pretty sure it was you, but I wasn't going to commit. God forbid I commit and give you the wrong call. Huh?
No problem.
Okay. Good evening to you, sir. I'm going to get out of here. I'm kind of tired. Kind of a long day with the rattler and everything. So I guess I'm ready for getting horizontal and listening to a blog from Kerry. I don't think Kerry's still here. Are you, Kerry? He probably gave up and went in. Gary's ham shack is not in the house, which is a real detriment to keeping him here a long time. Anyway, Rob 73, Aaron, if you're still listening, 73 to you, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night on 1296.
Alrighty, good night, Mike. We'll catch you on the high band tomorrow. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Good night, Aaron.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC and Judy. Oh, she's not in there. 73 KM6SR will be clear.
Yeah, she was in and out, but she's probably talking to my grandson Tyler's living with us now temporarily, and he's trying to figure out whether he wants to buy. He's got a possibility of a house. Houses are for sale. They've been built already, and the builder, I think, is going to finance. So he's offering 4 or 5% interest rate and only a $5,000 down. So Tyler's really enticed with that, and he wants to get over here and moved as quick as he can. So he was all cranked up about that tonight. So maybe they're talking about that stuff too, or maybe he's in bed. He's not working 4 o'clock in the morning like he was last week, so I think he can stay up a little later this week. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm ready to go get a drink. It was very sweaty today. I worked outside, pulled weeds, did something new. I pulled weeds. I had 2 5-gallon barrels of weeds just in an area less than 4 feet square. And the water grass had gotten in that area. Oh my God, I pulled and pulled and pulled. I hurt my arm pulling so much weeds just in that one little area. Handfuls and handfuls and handfuls of weeds. It's very flush, very lush and very green and very wet in there. Boy, the water grass has figured it out. Good night, guys. K6MYC.
Good night, Mike. KM6SR going QRT.
Oh. K6MYC, Delta Mike 07, Delta Bravo, Bozo 47, calling a close to the 6-meter net here on 50.140, 73 to all. K6MYC clear.
And good night to everybody on YouTube, K6USY, Fresno.
Yeah, good night to you, Corey, if you're still listening here. ZF6CQ, K6MYC. I won't be on 40 meters. I must call my grandson. He gave me a call halfway through the night, so I've got to call him and talk about towers. So I will not get on 40 meters tonight if you're still listening here, Corey. 7-3.